Hi guys, welcome to this session on database sort and filters. First of all, database sorting. This table has a row that is coloured yellow so that when I do the sorts you will see that this row does not get mixed up and it stays together. There are a lot of problems I see and come across with Excel spreadsheets where people have done a sort incorrectly and caused chaos with a database in Excel. This is how you sort a column. So if I want to sort by gender, I simply click anywhere in the gender column and then I click on the data tab, which I'm already on, and then I just simply go A to Z or Z to A, and that sorts that column. If I wanted to click into a different column, for example grade, same process, A to Z, Z to A. You can see the yellow line moving up and down, keeping everything together. What you don't do is highlight a column. There's no need to highlight a column. When you do A to Z there, you get this box coming up which actually says sort warning, which is a mistake. The computer will fix this for you, but that isn't the process, so you do not need to highlight a column. It will work if I click sort now, but it's an extra step that you don't need to do. So if I click into the name column, A to Z, sort by name. Now if I wanted to sort by more than one column, I can't just keep clicking on A to Z there and then click into the next column, A to Z, because it's doing just single column sorts. To do a multi-column sort, I need to be in this sort box, and then I have the option of selecting as many levels as I want. So you can see there I've selected name. I'm going to leave it on cell value, but just to let you look, you can see you can do cell color, font color and conditional formatting icon. I've got A to Z at the end and Z to A, and then an option to use a custom list sort. So I'm going to add 5 levels in total. So add level, gender second level, add level, grade, add level, course attended, add level, age. Leaving them all on cell values and making sure the order is correct on the right. When I click OK, that sort will be applied. Now to show you what's happened, if I highlight all the Smiths, there were 4 female Smiths, 2 AAs, both did the same course, and then it's separated them on age, so that's the sort. Now if you add your name at the bottom and click back into the sort, you don't have to redo the whole sort again because the list is still there when you click on the sort option. If I click OK, it will just suck my name into the relevant place. And that's how you should do sorts. Now, I come across quite a lot of spreadsheets, let me just zoom this down a little bit, where people have got data laid out where there are gaps, column gaps, like that. If I do a sort on this side, A to Z, Z to A, it totally knocks it out of sync with this side because this column, this blank column, is a dividing line, if you like, between these two tables, and Excel will only see this table. If you have got gaps and there's no reason for that gap other than to make your Excel spreadsheet pretty, I suggest you get rid of that column gap. Just delete that column so it's all one table. Or alternatively, you will have to highlight across the top of all the table like that. So you're covering that column, that blank column as well. Otherwise, you are going to mix this up. Now, the next part of this session is the filters. So, in addition to sorting, you can do filters. So, on the Data tab again, I've got next to the sort box, filter. When I click that, Excel sees this as a table and puts the filters on the top of each column. Now, filters works like this. If I want to know everybody in my team that did a leadership course, I go to course attended. I take this tick off select all and tick leadership. Click OK. Tells me down the bottom, which you can't quite see on my screen, 7 of 21 records. I've done a filter to answer a question, so once I've got that information I should clear that filter off, bring everything back, and then perhaps I want to know now how many females did equal ops training, so I've gone females and then equal ops, and there are 2. Clear that one. And that's how you do a basic filter. Now you can get a bit more involved with basic filters. If I wanted to find out in this table how many people were over 50 but under 60, I go to the age column and I could go down the ticks and manually tick them all off or all on, but this list is only a small list, so I would probably get away with that. But imagine if that was 10,000 rows, that would take me a long time, and also I'm bound to miss one. So to avoid that, I go to number filters, which is here, and the one I want might be in this list, but I'm going to go down to the bottom where it says custom filter and make my selection from there. So greater than, and then I have to type 50 on the right there, and then less than, and type 60 on the right there, and then I click OK, and I have 3. Clear. Last one in this little phase, on the ID number column, if I want to know everybody who's got an ID number that starts with CU and ends with XZ, again I stay away from the ticks because there could be too many. I'm going to text filters this time, and I want custom filter, and I'm going to select begins with, which is down a little bit on this list. Begins with, and then I'm typing CU, and then down again to find ends with, and typing XZ, and then I'm clicking OK to that. Before I do click OK to that, just look at these wildcard symbols that you could use. So I could actually type equals to CU asterisk XZ on that top line. I would get the same result. Click OK to that, and I get the 2 people. Now the next one along is format as table. I'm going to go back to the home tab and select format as table. Just going to pick one of these styles down the bottom there. It asks me if I have headers. I do. I click OK to that, and I get this really not very good color scheme on there, but I also get the filters pre-populated, and it works in the same way. The additions that you can do on formatted as tables, though, you do have the option to insert slices, which I'm just going to show you. I'm going to do a slicer for gender and course. Obviously you could tick all of these if you wanted to. Click OK to that, and I get 2 little slices which are, for all intents and purposes, just filters. I'll just move that one up a little bit, position the male female one, just like that, and then I can just click on these very quickly and I get the filters. So that's Microsoft Training females. A little cross in the corner to bring everything back. A lot of people find this a lot easier to use than the drop down arrows. Some people don't even see the drop down arrows, but the rule of thumb really is to make sure you clear filters after you've used them. Otherwise other people don't realize that there are filters on, and they may type the records back in again thinking somebody's deleted records. If I go on to the next screen, this is a little exercise. This letter A says filter everything checked by Mr. Brown, so I go check by, take the tick off, select all, tick Mr. Brown. It tells me down the bottom left that there are 20 of 40. Go back to data. Now on the home tab you've actually got these features on the right there, but I find it easier myself to go to the data tab because they're all there in the middle. I'm going to clear that and do the next one. Everything that was unserviceable and checked by Miss White. So I'm going to the status, I'm taking a tick off and ticking unserviceable, and I'm going to check by taking the tick off Miss White, and then there was 3. Clearing that filter. And the last one has some, like a stock check if you like. Every room that's got a double bed in it, I select item, take the tick off, select all, and tick double bed. Now 2 rooms with a double bed. Okay, let's have a look at this next exercise. So first of all, I need to put the filters on. Letter A says show all personnel that attended equal ops. So I'm going to course attended. I'm taking the tick off. I'm selecting equal ops. There are 14 that attended equal ops. Clear the filter. Now all personnel over the age of 25. I'm going to the age column. I'm going to number filters. I can go straight there. I don't need to go down to custom filter every time if the option I want is in this short list. So I'm clicking on greater than and 25. Okay to that. Now the list didn't move very much there, but down the bottom it does say there are 37 and 42. Click clear. Next one, all personnel over 25 and under 45. Number filters again. I'm going down into custom and I'm going to select greater than 25 and less than 45. Okay to that. And there are 22. Tells me down in this bottom left hand corner, which is just off my screen. Clear that filter. Letter D, show all personnel with an ID number starting with CU and ending with XZ, which is the same as before. Go to the ID number, text filters, custom, select begins with from the drop down list, type CU and select ends with, type XZ. Click OK to that. There are 2. Clear that one off, and then letter E, all personnel that are female over 35 and grade EO. So select female, select grade EO, and select over 35. Greater than 35. Okay, and there should be 5, and there is 5. Clear. And then the last thing there says remove auto filter, so that's just simply clicking the option off on the ribbon. So that's basic simple filters. Moving it on a step, you can use the advanced filter feature. The downside to basic filters is you can only have 2 options per column, so greater than 50, less than 60, so on. With advanced filters it gives you the option to have more than 2 criteria, but there is a bit more setting up to do. So what I've done here is set up a criteria area at the top of this screen where I can put my 3 criteria. So this exercise I'm looking for AO, DO and AA grades. Now when I set this little table up at the top, I need to leave a blank line between the 2 tables so there is a distinction, and then the database list is there. Now the advanced filter is on the ribbon in the data ribbon where it says advanced. This one's already set up. Basically it says list range is A6 to G27, which is the database there. Criteria range is A1 to G4, which is at the top there, which I just highlighted. When I click OK, this will filter that. There you go. And the good thing about this is you can then filter it further by, if I type I want males of those grades and then I sort it again, it'll come down. And if I say I want let's do an age greater than 40. Now the reason I have to do it on all 3 lines is because if you don't, it will just do the criteria for that particular line. Now if I do that again, There you go. And that's how you use the advanced filter. Clear, always clear to bring it off, and then you clear your range at the top. Ready to go. So in theory you could have the normal filters on and just have this ready just in case you want to interrogate it with more options than just two. And that's the end of this module.